Brothers Will and Danny rob a $32 million, the largest bank theft in Los Angeles history. But when their escape goes horribly wrong, the desperate bandits take over an ambulance transporting an EMT and a seriously injured police officer. The two siblings are involved in a fast-paced pursuit and need to devise a plan to elude the authorities while ensuring the safety of their captives. War veteran Will Sharp desperately needs financial assistance for his wife Amy's surgery, which requires $231,000. He called the health insurance, but he was still disappointed. He said goodbye to his wife, and left for an interview for his new job. On the other hand, an emergency call was received for the ambulance being managed by EMT Cam Thompson. They quickly responded to the incident. At the scene of the incident, a wrecked car was seen due to an accident. Carrying his bag with a medical kit, he quickly approached and saw the injured child inside the vehicle named Lindsay. He spoke to her to calm her down. It was necessary to cut the obstructing metal to remove the child and bring her into the ambulance. To rush her to the emergency reception of the hospital. Will contacts his adoptive brother Danny, a lifelong criminal, for assistance. Danny pushes Will Sharp into participating in a $32 million bank heist. Will can drive anything and is a good driver, so Danny needs him to drive. Will is reluctant at first, but he eventually accepts when Danny reiterates that he is doing this for Amy. Officer Zach, who goes to the bank to ask out a bank teller, finds out about the scenario and is taken hostage by Danny, which puts the plan almost perfectly in place. 4 bags containing $8 million each are filled with cash. Then, one of the thieves and Zach's accomplice, Officer Mark, engage in gunfire. When the LAPD's Special Investigation Section, SIS, shows up, it takes out the entire group with the exception of Will and Danny, who flee to the garage. Danny didn't use the car that the SIS had placed a tracker on, thus they were late to the scene even though they had been following him and his group from the start. Danny and Will each make off with 1 bag. Zach tries to flee, and Will unintentionally shoots him during a struggle with Danny. Danny makes Will leave Zach and flee even though Will wants to stop and aid Zach. After locating Zach, Mark phones an ambulance for help. The brothers try to leave through the rear of the building, leaving Zach to die, but they are met with cops everywhere they look. After that, they take over an ambulance that is Zach's injured patient, EMT Cam Thompson. Cam has a reputation for being the greatest paramedic in the area, able to sustain life for up to 20 minutes. However, she is friendless. Danny has taken Cam hostage. With a dying police officer inside the ambulance, Danny is pressuring Cam to convince the SIS team to release them through the barricade. Mark discovers the ambulance driver is hurt in the interim and learns that it has been taken over. Cam tries desperately to use a fire extinguisher to escape after a chase that takes them into an alleyway, but Danny recaptures her in the blink of an eye. When SIS Captain Monroe gets there, he sends out helicopters to pursue the ambulance. Danny instructs Will to continue traveling in the direction of their backup vehicle. Cam convinces Danny to assist her in using a defibrillator and gets Will to give some of his blood to Zach. Much to his confusion and frustration, Danny wants to keep Zach alive because he understands that killing a police officer will have a terrible outcome for him. In the meantime, Monroe gives the order to use electronic sniping to locate the ambulance's communication devices. On board, they discover police scanners and a satellite phone. Danny then makes a call to Poppy, a criminal buddy of his father's, offering him $8 million in exchange for helping him lose the cops. Poppy and his son Roberta begin loading up a car with heavy ammunition. When Cam stops him from shooting Mark, who's been chasing them, Danny swears he'll throw her from the ambulance. When it is found that Monroe's dog is inside Mark's police car, the officers are compelled to withdraw. Danny's former friend, FBI agent Anson Clark, is assigned to the investigation. According to Clark, Danny started robbing banks when he was just 17 years old. His father has a history of psychosis. Since Danny did not kill the police officer, Clark claims that he is searching for a way out. Danny is warned not to harm Cam by Will. Zach starts to bleed out, so Danny had taken over the driving. Cam starts to operate on him with Will's help. Cam successfully performs the surgery despite her inexperience and a ruptured spleen, with phone guidance from medical professionals who specialize in this field. Will had been helping Cam. Without success, Cam tries to persuade Will to stop Danny. Zach's spleen explodes during the removal process. Due to low battery, the phone line to the doctors got cut. There are 60 seconds left for the patient in such situation. The doctors had no idea that Cam had managed to use a clamp to stop the artery. Will promises Cam that he will rescue her. Unaware of the effectiveness of the procedure, Monroe proceeds with the plan and gets ready to snipe Will and Danny without negotiating for Cam's life. Clark phones Cam on Zach's phone that was still on him inside the ambulance, telling her to get down. Cam wants to spare Zach's life. She informed Will and Danny about the snipers. After growing tired of Cam, Danny intends to shoot her, but Will steps in and the brothers argue over their situation. Later, in an attempt to diffuse the tension, they make a partial reconciliation and share some music. Cam finds out that Will has a daughter and that his wife needs the money for surgery because she has cancer. Helicopters are pursuing the ambulance in the Los Angeles River while Danny is firing at them. Afterwards, Will and Danny drive in the opposing lane of the interstate, causing numerous collisions. Danny hides his ambulance beneath a bridge, and Poppy's guys paint it green there. Will is told by Danny that he has this opportunity to leave, but he refuses to go. He won't leave Danny. To throw Monroe's teams off, a number of ambulances are driven out from under the bridge in various directions. At Poppy's command, Roberto, his son, fills an empty ambulance with C4 explosives, drives it in the direction of the police. He jumped out of the loaded ambulance, and he detonates the bombs inside the ambulance, and it explodes at the intersection, and uses machine guns on other automobiles to do more damage. Monroe is injured in the crossfire. After detonating the bombs, Mark witnessed Roberto make his getaway and pursued him. After a fight, Mark tracks Roberto down and shoots him dead, leaving Poppy upset and furious. Will makes it to Poppy's hiding place with Danny. Poppy orders the brothers to leave Zach and Cam with him to handle. Will balks at this and joins forces with Danny to assassinate Poppy and his gang. Zach regains consciousness in the ambulance and hands Cam his partner's rifle. Using Zach's rifle in the confusion, Cam unintentionally shoots Will. Will gets into the ambulance with Danny. Will hands her a large bundle of cash to Cam asking her to give the money to his wife. While he drives the ambulance to a hospital, Danny finds Zach's gun. When Cam tells him that she shot Will, he gets furious. According to Danny, Will was the one who kept Zach and Cam alive. While the situation inside the ambulance was intense, many police officers were waiting outside to chase down the robbers and deal with the ongoing hostage-taking. Danny swears to murder both Cam and himself on public television, before he confronts the cops. With no options left, Will shoots Danny in the back. Clark grabbed Cam roughly and told him that they were criminals, that they were not her friend, and that they were not her responsibility either. Danny apologizes to Will before he passes away from his wounds. And Cam comes back to help Will. After Cam claims he saved Zach's life, the cops take a seriously injured Will into custody and take him inside for surgery. Cam approached and spoke to Will's wife Amy, who was carrying the child. And she surreptitiously gives Amy some of the theft money for her operation. Zach claims that Will saved his life when questioned by the police over his injuries. While lying in bed and still weak, Will apologized to his wife, who was outside his room with their child. Meanwhile, Cam visited the child Lindsay to check on her condition. And Lindsay requests not to leave her. For more videos similar to this, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications. Thank you for watching.